So the city of Laredo, Texas, now a major point of entry, and it is on the front lines of this crisis, has been from the very beginning. Dr. Victor Trevino is the mayor of Laredo. He's with us in studio. You're in New York City for this big conference. It begins today. You're a doctor in public health and also family medicine. I can't think that Narcan is the answer for a city like New York with 8 million people here. What is your perspective? What can you bring to this conference?
Right. One of the reasons I came here is to put our reality situation that we have at the border. And being that it's the largest port in the United States with $300 billion of trade a year and $189 billion since August or July. So this is an important area we need to focus on. But the main thing I think we need to focus on is how we can deal with strategies to curb the influx of fentanyl. We know that it's produced in Mexico, it's consumed in the U.S., and the precursors come from China. So knowing all these things, we need to have partnership with Mexico to have task force to deal with this situation. We also need to educate our children. Teenagers may be too late already. Children need to be educated of what fentanyl is, because only 2 milligrams can be a lethal dose. Being in the hospital, I have seen cases of people dying, especially children and young adults, and it's very devastating to talk to the family. There's nothing to do. The child is already dead. So Narcan is a good solution, a good treatment choice, but there's other strategies we can use to prevent this situation.
So we know that you're fully committed to combating this in whatever way possible, but do you have a lot of hope for this summit that Mayor Adams is hosting? Is it really going to find a solution to the crisis? Is more about lip service?
No, I think we have to have awareness, number one, and we have to push the idea that this is a crisis not only for certain cities, but the whole country. And it's a binational thing. We need to look at the source. We need to stop the source. We need to do strategies. And first of all, talking about the strategies besides the treatment. We know what the treatment is, and we know how to give treatment to people that are in this situation. But the strategies to curb the influx of Narcan and the production of Narcan, I think it's very important. Education is also very important.
It did not need to get this way. And in your first answer, I think you laid out a number of priorities that should be in place. And a lot of them, frankly, are not, or they're not being pursued enough. Call for number one. Laredo encounters so far, fiscal year to date 2023, 234,000. In addition, the total fentanyl seizures in September, call for number two now, is 2.5 tons, enough to kill 1.25 billion people. How is it getting here? Because people tell us it's tucked in cars and in trucks, but you know there is so much commerce that goes between your city and the Mexican border. How do you get to it?
Well, we have about 15 to 17,000 18-wheelers a day crossing the border. And it's very hard to check all of them, but we have some electronic devices that check the trailers and for anomalies. But we need to do a better job, and I agree with that. So that is where the crux is, stopping it at the border, but before we get there, stopping it where it's produced and shipped, precursor material shipped from China.
It all sounds good. Unfortunately, at the moment, we're dealing with a national crisis here. Sir, good luck to you, and I appreciate your time today, okay?
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Call you doctor and mayor, and good luck teaching New York City something about how to do it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Right.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.